style of music gaining momentum on social media platforms like TikTok is known as slowed and reverb, which is basically when you slow down popular songs from a variety of artists, from Frank Ocean to Clairo. But slowed and reverb is by no means new or original. It's heavily influenced and inspired by chopped and screwed, a genre that was created by Robert Earl Davis Jr., otherwise known as DJ Screw. DJ Screw was from Houston, Texas. He rose to fame for his unique, pitched down, and laid-back mixing style that became known as chopped and screwed. To talk more about DJ Screw's life and community, here's Houston DJ, producer, and podcast host Donnie Houston.
What's going on? This is Donnie Houston. I just want to speak on Robert Earl Davis Jr., mostly known to the world as DJ Screw. As you all know, this month marks the 20th year of his untimely passing. He passed away on November 16th, 2000. I can't believe it's been 20 years. You know, it's a sad time because he isn't here to see what it is and what it has become today. But it's a time to celebrate because this is exactly what he wanted, as far as everyone embracing his style of music in the way that he saw things, the way he liked to listen to things, and that was slowed down. So whether you call it screwed and chopped, whether you call it slow down music, slowed and chopped, slowed and reverbed, any rendition, anytime you slow a record down, you're paying homage, and you have to give credit to DJ Screw. DJ Screw's process was a very interesting one in how he was able to achieve the screwed up sound. And basically what he did was he would record his mixes on two turntables, and he would adjust the pitch down on the turntables, and that would slow it down a little bit slower than the normal speed, but not all the way down, but slower than the normal speed. A lot of these mixes would be personal mixes for friends of his, people in the neighborhood, or whoever. And basically what you would do is you would make a list of songs, whatever were your favorite songs, and Screw would mix these songs for you, slowed down, chopped, and all of that. And also, if you wanted to give shout outs, a lot of people would, shout out their friends or their neighborhoods or, whatever they would want to give a shout out to. Or some of them would even freestyle. He would allow a portion of the tape at the beginning or at the end where it would have an instrumental playing. And over that instrumental is where you would talk, freestyle, or get off whatever, say whatever you wanted to say. So when you recorded your mix, he would take the mix that's already been slowed down once on the turntable and has you talking over it. And once he moved it to this tape deck to slow it down again, it had a pitch shift on the tape deck. So when he slowed it down on the tape deck, that's what slowed down the music one more time. And it also slowed down the vocal, creating the screwed up sound. From there, a lot of the people that were talking on these tapes, went on to become very known, well-known and respected artists. Artists like Lil Kiki, people like Fat Pat, like Big Pokey, like Big Mo, just to name a few, would go to Screw's house with personal mixes of their own favorite songs and record freestyles over these instrumentals. A lot of them were so good that, these people started wanting these freestyles. And creating a demand. So DJ Screw started making copies of these personal mixes. So instead of one person having a copy of their personal mix, now, hundreds of people have a copy of this personal mix. So now all of your favorite songs and all of your shout outs and your freestyle or whatever is being distributed to the city of Houston or whoever would come to DJ Screw's house and purchase a tape. And he did all of this himself. He recorded it himself. He made all the copies himself. He sold the tapes himself. And while all this is going on, he's becoming a popular DJ. These artists are becoming popular names in the city, and they begin to, receive record deals from different record companies, and go on to create albums that are classic albums that we still listen to this day, that went on to be distributed around the country and around the world. And since his untimely passing, a real culture has been created, especially in Houston, especially around the world, all based off of DJ Screw and the Screwed Up Clique and what they created with the slowed down music, with those freestyles. All of that created, you know, this culture that we live in and love and celebrate today. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing, but it is unfortunate that DJ Screw didn't get to see his dream come to fruition. But we definitely want to celebrate him. November 16th, 2020, you know, the 20th year anniversary of his passing, and the world is definitely screwed up. Hey, I'm Donnie Houston. I just wanted to drop in and just give a few words about DJ Screw. Stay screwed up.
Part of what makes music so powerful is its creation of expectations, and by remixing songs that people already knew and loved, DJ Screw flipped people's expectations. He gave listeners a new, more introspective outlook on the work, while maintaining enough familiarity to activate our brain's reward systems. When he chopped and screwed originally more upbeat songs like Never Had a Friend Like Me by Tupac, this gave the song a totally different context. Screw's vocal chops, stutters, record scratches, and other alterations to the original beat played with listeners' expectations even more, thus making his music even more captivating. According to several studies, surprises in music promote arousal in the listener. So, when music like DJ Screw's goes against our expectations, our brain's pleasure centers and reward centers are activated. A lot of people also describe DJ Screw's sound as laid back. Interestingly enough, music psychologist Hawk Eggerman conducted a study where he compared different groups of listeners' responses to music. He found that, universally, relaxing music tended to be slower and lower in pitch. So, DJ Screw's dreamy, ultra-slow style can also have a relaxing effect. Taken together, Screw's new interpretations of well-known songs surprise and arouse us, while his slow, low-pitched sound relaxes us. This is part of what makes DJ Screw's sound so dynamic. DJ Screw was more than just a major musical influence. He was a trendsetter, a true friend, and one of the most important figures in promoting local, up-and-coming hip-hop artists. He was an incredibly humble man with an even more incredible work ethic and passion for his craft. He didn't do it for the fame or money. He genuinely loved music and sharing what he loved with everyone. Rest in peace, DJ Screw. May your legacy live on.
And a fat ass J of some bubonic chronic that made me choke. Shit, this ain't no joke. I had to back.